Let's talk to Kevin O'Sullivan, who's a solicitor who represents cyclists who are injured in road collisions. Thanks for joining us, Mr. O'Sullivan.
Good evening, Ollie.
Hi there. I mean, first of all, I guess let's just take your reaction to, this horrifying week, really. 5 deaths in 9 days.
It's been an awful week, the worst that I can ever remember, particularly since the media are so focused on every cycling fatality in London now. And even actually serious injuries in the last 5 or 6 days. For the first time ever, I've heard serious injuries to cyclists being reported, which is a first for me. But yes, it's just been an absolutely awful 9 days, and particularly with regards to CS2 and the Bow Roundabout.
Yes. Now, explain that to people who haven't been following the story in great intricate detail. I mean, essentially, there are politicians saying that the Mayor of London should stop referring to CS2 as a cycling superhighway. Yeah,
I don't share that view. I think much there are significant problems with CS2, and there's obviously work that has to be done and more work that has to be done. I think Boris Johnson's right to push on with the cycling superhighway programme, because there are four. CS2 is only one of 4 currently operating in London, and in my from what I see and all the cyclists I speak to, there are thousands of journeys that go on every day on superhighways that are perfectly safe and a lot safer than they used to be. I mean, I started cycling in London about 20 years ago, and there was nothing like the infrastructure that there is there now. I'm not saying it's perfect by any means.
Well, isn't the danger, though, and you'd know from the cases that you take on to what extent this has played a role, I suppose, in the accidents, but isn't there a danger that the fact that that infrastructure appears to be there gives cyclists a false sense of security, whereas actually, clearly, there are parts of the cycle lanes where there are potholes in the road, there are lorries driving along it as well, and it's not as safe as it might appear to be.
No, it's not. But I think everyone needs to understand as well that we all take a risk when we cross the road, when we get on a bicycle, when we get in a car, when we get on a bus. Any use of the road involves a certain degree of risk, and I think the thing that cyclists need to understand is that, well, I'm sure most do already, is that it's never going to be completely safe. And there is that risk of cyclists having a full sense of security. No one should have that. And obviously, no one at TfL or the Mayor's office should be saying that these are completely safe cycling routes. I mean, I've represented a couple of cases which have actually occurred on the segregated routes as well. So nothing's completely safe.
It's interesting that, because I'm curious what you advise people. From the point of view of if you acknowledge that it's never going to be completely safe, is there a certain type of person actually who should just never be getting on their bike? I mean, I'm quite malcoordinated. I'm 6'2". I'm overweight. I know that I'm the kind of person. I don't want to be glib about this because obviously we've had fatalities this week, but I'm the sort of person. I dislocated my shoulder when I went skiing on the first day. I'm that kind of guy. Yeah. I've never gone near a bike in London because I know that I'd fall over and a car would go into me. I mean, do you think it really is a time to say to some people, don't try getting on a Boris bike? It's not safe enough.
Well, it's safe enough if they can make a decision as a responsible adult that they can handle the bicycle and they're sufficiently aware of road sense, and then they'll be okay. But no one should ever assume that they're going to be completely safe, and everyone should be taking every precaution that they could, i.e. helmets, high visibility, and that sort of thing.
Yes. Well, that's very interesting, because my guest earlier was saying that actually helmets don't reduce road fatalities. There are a lot of people involved in cycling injuries that it doesn't make any difference whether they were wearing a helmet or not. I mean, that's the wrong message to send out, surely.
Well, that's a tricky one. There is some truth in that. There is some evidence that helmets don't. The actual facts of that are that if the collision occurs at more than 12 miles an hour, it's accepted science that the helmet isn't going to make any difference. The helmet one is a slightly tricky issue. But in my view, I mean, I've sat in the room with so many people who said to me, when I asked them, were you wearing a helmet, they said to me, if I wasn't, I wouldn't be here now.
Okay, good to know. I'm going to have to end that there, but thank you so much, Kevin. Good to speak to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.